Have you ever had trouble blending your pastels smoothly without smudging or mixing the colors too much? Today I'm going to show you a tool that can make blending much easier and cleaner than using your fingers or tissues. In this video, we'll go over everything about Sofft tools, what they are made of, the types of pastels you can use them with, how to blend with them, how to clean and store them, how much they cost, pros and cons, and some tips to help you blend like a pro. By the end of this video, you'll know how to make smooth, professional looking pastel blends every single time. What are these Sofft tools? First of all, they are some materials that should be found in every pastel artist's kit. They are made from a very durable sponge that helps achieve very smooth blending, and this blending is also very quick and easy. They are kind of like spatulas for painting, but they are made of a harder plastic, and they come with 4 different tips. The first tip is triangular, which is very good for tight or narrow areas of the drawing. The second tip is oval, ideal for base layers, for example, or to apply colors or pigment, or to blend very close to the outline of a drawing, because its shape helps prevent going too much over the outline. The third tip is rectangular, making it ideal for backgrounds or larger areas of your drawing. The fourth and the last tip is similar to the rectangular one, but the corners are a bit rounded instead of sharp, although its function is very similar to the rectangular tip. Of course, all these tip shapes can be used however you want, but I recommend to use the smaller ones for the smaller areas and the larger ones for the larger areas. But how much do these tools cost? The price is around $20 per set, but it's more cost effective to buy a set like this with all 4 spatulas plus all the 4 sponge tip shapes. You can also buy them individually, about $4 each. They are not super cheap, I know, but it's an investment worth making. Think about it. You'll keep the plastic spatulas forever, and the only part you'll need to replace over time is the sponge. You can also buy the tips separately without the spatula handles, either all together or individually. For example, a set of 10 tips of each shape costs around $25, but you'll have them for a very long time. These tools can be used with different types of pastels, including soft pastels, pastel pencils, and hard pastels. Basically anything that has a powdery texture and can be easily blended. However, it's most recommended to use them first with soft pastels for base layers and then add details on top only with the pastel pencils. Now I'm going to show you quickly what I mean. I'll make a simple base layer using a soft pastel and then I'll blend it using a soft tool. At the end, I'll add some details so you can clearly see how everything comes together. Why is it better to start with a soft pastel base layer and blend it instead of starting with a pencil? Well, soft pastels have a much stronger coverage than pastel pencils. What you can do with a soft tool is 3 times or even 4 times faster than applying the same color with a pencil, because the soft pastel has a wider tip while the pencil tip is very thin. That's what makes them ideal to be used the way I mentioned earlier. Now let's see how to use them. Before anything else, you need to attach the sponge to the correct spatula. Simply insert the sponge onto the tip of the spatula, being careful not to pull too hard so you don't tear it. Then gently pull it down slightly until it feels secure and in place. Now let's create a base layer, but without fully filling the texture of the paper. These tools help a lot with that because they spread the pastel pigment evenly into the texture of the paper. Simply apply some pigment onto the paper using a soft pastel, then use the tool to push it into the paper with circular motions. Base layers are very important in any drawing because they are the foundation on which everything else is built. Now let's see how this works with layering. I started with a blue base layer, then blended it and added a darker blue on the side to create a shadow. To make it even more interesting, on the opposite side I'll add a lighter blue so you can also see how these tools can create highlights. As you can see, everything was done very easily and the result is a smooth transition from light to dark, which is exactly what these tools are great at. When it comes to pastels, Blending can become tricky and risky if it's not done carefully. To test how good these tools are for blending, I applied some yellow on one side of the paper and red on the other one. My goal here is to create a smooth transition between the two colors. Normally, this creates an orange color in the middle, which helps make the transition from one color to the other one look soft and natural. As you can see, with the help of this tool, everything went exactly as planned, which once again shows that these tools are great for any pastel artist's kit. Even though it might sound a bit surprising, you can actually create some details with these tools. However, they aren't made for very fine details, so the results won't be as precise as using a pencil, but that doesn't mean it isn't possible. The details created with these tools are usually larger and softer, which makes them perfect for things like blurry or out of focus backgrounds. You can also use them for objects in the background that are recognizable but not highly detailed. Of course, I'm not gonna say that they can replace a pencil for the fine detail work, because they can't. But if your drawing is larger or less focused on realism, soft tools can still help you add useful and natural looking details. But how can you clean these tools? First, always clean between colors. Whenever you switch from one color to another one and want to use the same sponge, clean it first and make sure there's no leftover pigment from the previous color to avoid muddying the colors. Also, use a microfiber cloth for that. The safest and most effective way is to use a microfiber cloth and gently rub the sponge slowly until all the pigment is removed. Another thing to keep in mind is that even if the sponge looks dirty, the surface of the sponge can still be pigment-free, but always test it before. No matter how hard you try to clean the sponge, you can't restore it to the original color. So even if it looks dirty, test it first on a scrap piece of paper to see if there's still pigment left before using it on your drawing. You might be surprised. Sometimes it's cleaner than you expected, and other times it's full of pigment and needs a bit more cleaning. Also, when rubbing the sponge on a microfiber cloth, don't press too hard or you might tear pieces of the sponge and damage it. Apply light pressure and use up and down or side to side motions. Another crucial thing to know and very important is not to wash them. They aren't made for washing and you're going to ruin them for sure. I did try it and the sponge was never like before. How can you store these soft tools? When storing them, the most important thing is to keep them dry and avoid putting anything heavy on them. I keep mine in my pastel supply cart, always in a separate tray. Now let's have a look at some pros and cons. The first pro is that they can give you a smooth blending. These tools help you achieve that smooth pastel blending we all want. They're also reusable. Another pro is that they are reusable. You can use them again and again, which saves both money and time. Don't throw the sponge away after each use. Just clean it and enjoy it again. They are also durable. The sponge lasts a long time and can be used multiple times, and the plastic spatula body will last you practically forever. They're also light and comfortable to hold, making the drawing process more enjoyable. They also have a sturdy hard plastic spatula body. The spatula is very strong and you'll have to really try to bend it to break it, which no one will do on purpose, of course. They also help reduce the pastel dust in the air while you work, and this is something not to overlook. They are great to reduce the amount of pastel dust that floats in the air. Because they are high quality and work well, they press the pigment into the texture of the paper very well, leaving less dust behind. And now let's see some cons. They need to be cleaned regularly. You'll need to put in a little extra effort to clean them from time to time, but it's worth it for the results. They can also be a bit expensive for some people. They are not the cheapest tools, but they are an investment that will really help your pastel artwork and can even speed up your drawing process. And sometimes sponges may wear out quickly on very textured paper. Some pastel papers are very rough, especially at the start of a drawing when there's no layer of pastel yet. In these cases, small pieces of the sponge may wear off, but they can still be used afterwards. And that's it. Soft tools are affordable, versatile, and really helpful for anyone who wants smooth pastel blending and professional looking results. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like, a subscribe, and let me know in the comments below if before this video you knew that this tool existed. For real-time tutorials with real-time voiceovers, you can join my Patreon. I'm going to leave a link in the comments and the description. I'd love to see you there also. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.